Hi everyone, back with me again. This time I'll be showing you how you can actually replace the original piston rubber in this KSC or KWA Mark 23. The common problem with the piston rubber with the original KSC, it gets broken easily after sometimes because the rubber loses its elasticity. So in this case I have made myself a rubber piston which I have made out of PTU rubber. So I'll be trying to disassemble this Mark 23 and to show you how you can actually get one of these installed here, and you'll get your gun working back to normal again. Okay, stay tuned. Okay, first of all, you need to remove the magazine. Pull the slide back. And then take the slide caps off. And then just slide the upper slide slowly, like that. Okay, put the lower side aside. And then take the recoil spring out. And also the outer barrel, which is made of plastic. Okay, put everything aside. So here you have the upper slide of MK23. Like I said earlier, there is always a problem with the piston rubber. As you can see here, it changes color already. So I'm pretty sure that the piston rubber has no elasticity at all. So I'm going to replace the piston rubber with the PTU rubber which I've made. There is a small screw, as you can see here. You need to remove it first before you can actually remove the blowback housing. You use an Allen key, which normally the KSC has provided with you, or you can actually buy it yourself. So after removing it, you can actually then use a screwdriver like that to pry off the blowback housing from the slide. Okay. After using a screwdriver to pry it off slowly, there are two sides. One is on this side, one is on this side, and the other one is on this side. So you have to try it on this side first, and then followed by this one here. And then also at the very same time, push the loading nozzle out. And after that, the blowback housing should come off easily. Just be careful because there are springs inside the loading springs. They are very fragile and small. Try to be careful. So after getting the blowback housing out of the slide, you please be careful of these two springs because they are really fragile and small. So you need to remove the spring first before you can actually remove the piston rubber. Just slowly. Okay. And the other one as well should come off easily just by pushing it up. Okay, and the loading nozzle should just come off easily. like that. So as you can see here, the piston rubber has already some cracks. It breaks off easily because of long usage. It doesn't last very long, so you need to replace the piston rubber. Okay, first of all, you need to unscrew this thing. It's pretty hard because the KSC manufacturer actually put thread glue on the screw, so you need to be careful not to strip the screw. Put some pressure on it. If it doesn't come off, you need to replace the screwdriver so that it actually sits perfectly on the tip of the screw. Okay. Once you get the correct screwdriver, it should come off easily. Just try to be careful not to strip the tip of the screw. The rubber piston is already broken off, so I'm gonna replace the rubber piston. It looks like this. It has some part that has come loose. Okay, I'll show it to you. I'll show it to you. It's how easy to just break it off. You just need a little bit of bend and it'll break off. Okay, so here you are. This is the replacement, which once again I have made it out of PTU rubber. Please do not put it on the wrong direction. There are wider surface area on this side, and there is a smaller surface area on the bottom side. So you need to place the larger surface area on the outside. So it should be placed like this. The smaller one on the top of it. Okay, so like so. Push it inside. Should look like this. Remember not to reverse it, to place it correctly on the correct direction, and then screw it back on. Just be careful. Okay, remember to always use the correct screwdriver to take screws off, just so as not to strip any of the screw. Okay. Okay, not too tight, just enough. Okay, as you can see here, the piston rubber has seated nicely. Okay, I'll try to put the loading nozzle back on. As you can see here, there is a bit of a friction. It shows that there is a good seal, but enough for it to create the blowback effect. I'll show you to you in a minute. So alright, after putting everything back on, and the last but not least is the rear side screw. you can do some tests just to make sure that the loading nozzle is seated perfectly, just by pulling it off like so and then letting it go. So just go back smoothly. There is a little bit of a friction, but it'll be alright because it shows that the rubber piston is actually doing its work by sealing off some air. As you can see here, the rubber piston is already in place. Okay, so let's just put everything back on. So I have already assembled the upper slide, putting everything back on, the recoil guide, the outer barrel. So let's now put the slide back to the lower receiver. Okay. Okay, let's do some dry firing tests just to test if the piston rubber is actually doing its work. Okay. As you can see, the piston rubber is actually doing its work. It's working perfectly. So don't forget, you can actually buy the piston rubber. I'll put the link and the description below where you can actually purchase the piston rubber from Tokopedia. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye.